Critics blasting Donald Trump for his comments like these about Hillary Clinton's health.
We should take a drug test prior, because I don't know what's going on with her. But at the beginning of her last debate, she was all pumped up at the beginning. And at the end, it was like, oh, take me down. She could barely reach her car.
But our next guest has been sounding the alarm on Hillary's health for years, and now he says the president and first lady are concerned about Hillary's health as well. Joining us now to explain is the author of this big bestseller, Guilty of Sin, Ed Klein. Ed, good morning.
Good morning. Great to be here.
Okay, so Donald Trump, in that soundbite, was suggesting that she should take a drug test because she was shot up with something for the debates. You've got a source that has told you an incredible story that happened just a few weeks ago.
Yes. Hillary came to the White House to try to coordinate the Obama's campaign appearances with Robbie Mook, who is the campaign manager of Hillary's campaign.
So it's Hillary and Robbie go to the White House.
And Hillary went to the White House, and while she was there, she started to cough. And she started to cough and cough and cough. And finally, the president had to call in one of his doctors, who's on 27 in the White House, in case of the doctors, in case of the president.
They always have somebody on call.
Right. And she couldn't stop coughing. So afterward, the president and the first lady and a guest started to discuss Hillary's health. And they decided that there was no way that the Hillary that they saw that day was the same Hillary that the public is seeing in the debates and in her rallies. There's clearly a difference. She was not a well woman in front of them, and suddenly she looks like she's fit as a fiddle when she's in public, and they decided she must be on some sort of booster drug.
Oh my goodness. So there have been some videos where Hillary Clinton has started a coughing fit that, you know, she just couldn't turn off.
Right.
So it was something like that in the Oval Office.
It was compulsive. She couldn't stop coughing.
For how long? A couple of minutes?
No, several minutes. I mean, it was so bad that they had to call the doctor in. Obama, Michelle, and Valerie Jarrett left the Oval Office so the doctor could administer to Hillary. And then Hillary left looking awful. That night, in the family quarters, Hillary, Barack, Michelle, and Valerie Jarrett, with a guest who was staying overnight at the Lincoln bedroom, discussed her health. And Michelle said she was convinced that Hillary had to be on some sort of stimulant drug in order to make it through this campaign.
Okay, you've been talking about her health, and she's got a leaky heart valve and some things you've discussed in the past. Have you ever heard from your many sources that she might be on something, I wouldn't call it a performance-enhancing drug, although that would be what is suggested.
Well, that was, you know, the
debate-enhancing drug.
That's the gossip. But now we have the Oval Office, the president and the first lady saying they're convinced that she's on something. Now, what that is, we don't know, but they're saying there's no way she can get through these performances in public, given what they know about her health in private, which is somebody who has these terrible headaches. She has trembling of her hands. She has trouble even climbing steps when she's in private in her home.
You know, this would be a good question about whether or not that happened. If somebody talked to, could ask the president, the first lady, Mrs. Clinton, or Robbie Mook. That would be a good question for any of them. What are the chances the mainstream media is going to ask?
I would say about -0.
I think you're probably right.
Thank you.
All right, Ed Klein, thank you very much.